But yeah. But besides that, B, what have you been jamming since the last episode?
Hey, like I said moments ago, man, I've been jamming a little bit, man. So the first album I want to talk about is by McKinley Dixon. Came out this week called Magic Alive. I think this is a really good project. Really love the production on this. And I think the premise is like he says it's a lot of storytelling in this, and he did like a synopsis of like the album on his Bandcamp, talking about. I think it's about a story of three best friends that lost, their best friend. I don't know if he was killed or I think he was killed, especially from like some of the context of the album, and it's just them dealing with it and whatever and things like that. I need to listen to this album a little more. I want to get more like listen like to the lyrics deeper, so I did two listens to it, but like, man, I enjoy it. It's probably my favorite that came out this week, uh, by McKinley Dixon, man. I don't know if you heard of him. Didn't we talk about him last week? I told you that his album's coming out. I don't know if you said you heard of him before or not.
Yeah, I've heard of him, but I haven't heard any of his music. But when I saw the cover, I think it was very
Mhm.
familiar. So I think,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. And I
it rings
like the
some bells.
cover. Yeah, I like the cover too, because it has the guy with like the halo, but the halo is kind of like, and I just love the art on this, man. And I think like production wise, the performances he had on here with the features, like he had Geis on here, he got Quayle, Chris, Pink Seafood had a really dope verse. Ice Cold Bishop. A lot of stuff has like have to do with like family and things like that. Oh, Taylor Banks had a dope verse. But man, standout was a lot of he was doing his thing, man, telling the story and rapping, bro. And just this production. I really love the production on this. Oh, blues on here. Like he has some dope features, bro. We're outside, rejoice, rejoice. I love that song right there. It's kind of like a what they call them, like it's like an interlude in a way. It's not an interlude. It's not short, but it's a lot of instrumentation. And it goes into like a chant, pretty much. Like put you in the middle of the album and kind of like bring you back up. You know what I mean? And it goes to another part of the story, man. I really enjoyed this. But if nobody haven't checked this out, this the album. I know y'all spent so much time on the timeline wasting y'all time with hate and negativity about the Carter 3 when we could put all that energy into some good music.
Carter
Uh,
six.
I mean, Carter 6, my bad. Dang, I was thinking of good Carter stuff, my bad.
Yeah, I know,
But if
I
y'all
know.
would,
That's why I had to correct that. I would have let it
but
slide if it was anything other than that.
but all I hate on Carter 6, man, it's some good music out here, man. It's always been McKinley Dixon, Magic Alive is really
B,
dope.
would you say that it has substance?
It has a good amount, a lot of substance in here.
Hmm. Okay,
So
okay.
yeah,
I thought substance was missing, but okay, okay.
but that's what they say, B.
Mhm.
What you
Well,
got, P?
okay. Like I said earlier, been in that Michael Jackson bag. Listen to Thriller a lot last week. I listened to Thriller a lot this week. So I had to go back to Off the Wall because I'm like, I always like thought
Best
Off the Wall
album.
was a better cohesive album than Thriller. And I'm like, dang, Off the Wall, man, you're just too good. Michael Jackson has them disco bags, the little funk groove bags,
Hmm.
those slow ballad R&B bags. I'm like, oh, like how can we like this is the album. I could understand why Mike was mad, like, yo, like y'all wasn't effing with that though. Like, come on,
Hmm.
like that's my best work. All right. I'm gonna throw something on y'all now with the Thriller. And so, going back to Off the Wall, man. Songs like obviously a lot of stuff that we know, like Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, Rock With You, Off the Wall, the actual title track, and then some of the ballads like She's Out of My Life. Oh my gosh, Girlfriend, it's the Falling in Love. These songs are just beautiful. B, working
Yeah.
day and night. B, I'm
Hmm.
over here at work listening to this album. I couldn't stop. B, I just had to get my groove on it a little bit. B, like I couldn't stop. It was Big Mike. What are we doing? And this is Black Mike. Like to me, there's a very
He
big
said
separation
Black
between
Mike.
there's a very big separation between Black Mike and White Mike because like I said, I was watching that documentary and I didn't know that his first appearance of him, bleaching his skin was in the
Hmm.
Bad music video. Obviously, we wasn't living at the time, so how am I gonna
Hmm.
know that, right? But to think about that, you like, okay, this man came out with Thriller. He's
Hmm.
coming out with a new song. You see him with that white skin, you be like, what the F just happened? You be
Did
like, yo,
they?
this got to be cosplay. What is this? What is this doing?
Do they talk about the skin disease he had any much?
It didn't go into detail, but obviously, since I already knew that beforehand, I
Hmm.
kind of like put the details in there, but it didn't talk about it. It more so focused on the actual music
Yeah,
aspect itself rather than the actual personal life stuff. Like,
right.
they didn't really talk about or dive into things because it was different. What it is this guy, he makes different videos on the actual songs from these albums,
Mm-hmm.
and then he'll put them together as like, oh, the documentary of this album. But really, it
Mm-hmm.
was just a whole bunch of videos that you did on single songs, the videos and the actual song
Okay.
making process and stuff like that. So yeah, like I already knew he had the vitiligo or whatever, but
Mm-hmm.
when it was talking about, oh, this is when he first debuted with that actual new look, the whole little biker jean
Mm-hmm.
thing, whatever he was happening. But yeah, overall, off the wall, going back to that, I want to make a video of like, is this one of the greatest like three peats in music history? Because when we think about it, off the wall, Thriller, and Bad, in terms of like how monumentous Michael Jackson is as a name, these are the albums that people look at like, okay, these are like yo hits. Like these are the
Mm-hmm.
ones, right? But yeah, off the wall, Michael Jackson. Obviously, I've listened to this before, but going back to this, especially as an adult, I've been on the Thriller back. I had to go back to Off the Wall. Off the Wall is obviously the better album to me. But if
Mm-hmm.
someone said Thriller is better, I can understand why you say that. But B, what is your next project?
My next project, man, is a oldie but a goodie, man. Down to Earth, Down to Earth. It's like a title album. I don't think these guys ever put out another album after this. It is a rap group. I think it's one rapper and I think the other ones are producers because I just heard one MC on this. I think his name Mathematics. They're from Canada, I think Toronto actually, and it's that 90s hip hop. Uh, it's crazy because I heard of them. I heard some of these songs before, but I didn't know who they were till I was like, I told you, like my coworker, he be jamming a little hip hop and stuff, and he was like, "You ever heard of this group Down to Earth?" And I'm like, "I don't think I have." And then I played the full album and I listened to the song like Formation. I'm like, "Oh, I heard this before." Like, and it was a few other tracks on here I heard too that like popped up in like Spotify recommendations and things like that. But it's not, and I went back to. But listen to this full album, man. I was like, yo. This right here gives you that 90s feel. It's something I would have skateboarded to back when I used to skateboard and everything, bro. Like it's like
Mm.
the samples, it's like not it's like simple loops, like drum loops, uh break beats. It's very 90s, B. Like it puts
B, is
you, I
this
don't know if
something that you would hear on a Pro Skater soundtrack, like a Tony Hawk Pro Skater soundtrack?
in a way, yeah. It's like
Hmm.
it's really smooth, bro. It's no misses on here. Like you could play this whole
Mm.
album. It's really consistent and cohesive. The rapper, he's cool. The beats are just dope. They cool. Like it's nothing really amiss on this project. I was like, yo, this is dope. I like this. So this is something I'm gonna try to find the vinyl for this one, but I think it's a really rare joint. So I think I saw one for like 190 something, but I might have to cop it. But I don't know if nobody ever heard of this group. It's called Down to Earth. Down to Earth is down to TAERF. Earth. Down to Earth. But nah, it's really cool. It's not really much to like break down about it. It's just like a cool 90s like project. It's dope. I like it.
Okay.
Mhm.
Uh, my next project. I made a tweet this week. I said this has been my bag lately. Like I said, I've been in that old school like R&B soul bag.
Mhm.
Listen to Luther Vandross's debut album, Never Too Much, obviously based off of the name of the actual song itself. What can I say, man? Such a legendary voice, such an iconic voice. I remember I was having an argument yesterday with one of my coworkers. We was talking, and I said something about like how like how he was saying like R&B and hip hop are too synonymous with each other, right? And I'll tie this back into Luther Vandross, right? And I said that listen, look at the people nowadays in R&B. They can't sing like that. Like look at a
Mhm.
Bryson Tiller. He said Bryson Tiller could probably sing better than some of your favorite singers. I'm like, he's not singing better than Luther Vandross. I'm sorry. I don't know what we talking about. He's not singing better than Michael Jackson, Luther Vandross. He's young, B. He's young. I had to give him some. I had to give him some slack. He's young.
Yeah.
So, especially with, like I said, this week I've been listening to a lot of soul stuff. Listening to
Mhm.
Luther Vandross, his performance on Never Too Much, especially with songs like Sugar and Spice, She's a Super Lady, You Stop Loving Me, and then the cover, A House Is Not a Home. B, we don't have voices like this in R&B anymore. We
Mhm.
don't have these soft ballads like that in R&B anymore. If we do, they're like toxic. It's never about loving. It's never like passionate. What happened, B? I don't know. Just going back to this, I know like we're gonna talk about it later. How like hip
Mhm.
hop's been this little funk lately. R&B ain't hitting the same. B, whenever stuff ain't hitting right now, I just go back to the past. I'm like, I love the line that Jay Z said, "Hey, if you like my old stuff, buy my old albums." That's what I'm doing. I'm going back and I'm listening to the old stuff. I got plenty of work and research and listening to do. B, there's plenty of stuff out there that I have not heard fully, and I gotta listen to it, especially with my grown adult ears. This type of
Mm.
album right here. When I was younger and I heard some of the stuff, yeah, this stuff was bumping, it was grooving, but I didn't fully appreciate it like I do now. This is such a phenomenal like performance from Luther Vandross, and I want to go through his discography a little bit more. But yeah, never too much. I'm not going to talk about the title track. We know that song. It's a black cultural staple. Like I'm not going to talk about that. But yeah, Luther Vandross, never too much. The album, check it out if y'all haven't. Man, this was a really good album, really solid performance, especially singing ability wise from Luther Vandross himself. R.I.P. Man.
Luta is underrated when it comes to musically. Like black people, like in the culture, like we hold him up to high standards. But man, if you look at like as a whole, bro, he is underrated. Like it's really crazy how underrated he is. But yeah, my next project is from a rapper. It's a collab from a producer group called Parallel Thoughts and a rapper Defcees. I'm never really heard of Parallel Thoughts, but I did a little research. They work with a few artists I knew and that I'm familiar with. And Def C, he's a guy that I heard his name around, never really checked out a full project. But
Mhm.
I ended up following him on Twitter like a month ago, and I see he was promoting this project. So I'm like, whenever it dropped, I'm gonna check it out. I listened to it, and I'm like, I want to get the vinyl. Went to it, it's gone. I'm like, bro, I've
Mm.
been just everything just been selling out. I can't get nothing I want. You sent me that freaking chitless circuit,
Mhm.
man. I was like,
I
oh
was
yo,
waiting for you to say like, "Yo, B, cop that for me." I was
uh,
waiting for you to text me that, B. I was like, "Do you
B, I
want
was
this or what?"
B, I was for the buy, but I'm like, oh, after I finished this route I had to do at work, I'm like,
Mhm.
I'll be good. Bro, tell me right when I looked at my phone, I was leaving and going to the truck. You said, did you get it, B? I said, that mean it's sold out. I clicked it, that joke was gone. I was like,
B, that's why, hey, me, as soon as I look, I be at work, B. I know at 10 o'clock, Get On Down is gonna come out with something, right? 10,
mhm,
10 p.m., 10 a.m. CST. I know they're gonna come out with something. B, I stop everything I'm doing at work. I'm like, yo, whatever they coming out with, I gotta be vigilant. I gotta be aware. I saw that. I said, oh, I got a cop. Like
man.
I was literally doing this to my phone. My coworkers, are you taking a picture of us? I said, no, I'm trying to get some signal in here. Everything's going too slow right now.
I was so bad I didn't buy it. But back to the album by Def C and Parallel Thoughts. It's called Other Blues. And Other Blues, the subject matter is like he's he's speaking on like the troubles of like a regular man, pretty much. He's a rapper. He haven't really been rapping for years, but he ain't really technically made it. You know, he has a song called Chicago Famous. Like I'm not even Chicago famous because I think he's from the area. He's from like Illinois. And he has a song called Broke when he's speaking on like how broke he is. He was like, I'm so broke, I stand on my money, I'll be buried alive. Like he has like a really unique voice. Like he's I think he's Jewish. He's a Jewish rapper. Really his voice is I think it's real dope and smooth on these beats. And the production kind of gives you a familiar of like they kind of get into the hip hop bag. They can get dark and they also can get like make it feel like it's a live instrumentation. Like if you know who Manahan Street Band is? You know the
No.
song Kid Cudi Solo Dolo? Doo, doo,
Yeah, of
doo,
course.
doo, doo. Yeah, yeah, of
Mr.
course.
Solo
Dolo Dolo. They
Dolo.
actually produced that song. That's Manhattan Street Band.
Oh, okay.
Um, but I think it was the song was it Broke? Broke kind of gave me that feel. I'm like, dang, they varied with the production and they handled all this. And the features was dope. He had Fatboy Sharif on here. He had Tree on here. Like Fatboy's dope. I don't know if you ever listen to him, but he's a little menacing. You know what I mean? And then Tree is just dope. He's Chicago, but he give you that Southern feel, that voice. Like Tree, I think you would like Tree. Like he's like a Chicago guy. He been rapping for a while. He's like it's another Chicago underground guy. I cannot think of his name right now, bro. I don't know why I'm blinking. But anyways, I think this is a really dope project, bro. There's something that be in rotation for a bit. It's called Other Blues by D. I mean, I always saying D. Def C and Parallel Thoughts. I think it's dope, man. Check it out.
Okay. I gotta ask, how do you be hearing
Mhm.
about this stuff?
Uh, so with me, I'm already in the underground community. So a lot of people that I follow, a lot of people that subscribed to on YouTube, Twitter, I'm just engulfed into the community, B. So
Mm.
so I'm just gonna know. It's some other stuff I might talk about too that's a little underground, but you just Just got to be in the mix, B. Not, it's two separate undergrounds. We talk about this. We got the young underground and you got the old underground. You know what I mean?
Mm.
The real underground. When I
Look,
say
the
the
traditional
traditional
underground, the YN underground.
facts, like they underground wants to be like mainstream because it's
Hmm.
like this. Before we get into your next project, you remember like how we could say, yeah, Kendrick Lamar, J Rock, Big Sean, when they was in the blog era, they was like technically underground rappers, but they
Hmm.
had mainstream appeal. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Hmm.
So I feel like the new underground is kind of like that. But they have a different sound. They not the traditional mainstream sound. It's this rage
Hmm.
sound or like this jerk beat or whatever they say.
Hmm.
But it can go into the mainstream with the appeal because they're not talking
Hmm.
about something that's out of the ordinary or nothing like that. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah.
No, I agree. I agree.
Hmm.
I think that they're kind of way more known, especially with the kids now.
Hmm.
For the
Hmm.
kids, that's their blog era right now. That YN
Right.
under.
Yeah.
So yeah. But my next project, Whitney Houston's self-titled album. Whitney Houston. Told you,
He in
B.
his bag.
I told you, B. I was in my bag this week. Went back to this album because I was like, yo, because I was looking at a list of albums that were like some of the best-selling albums at that time, obviously by Black artists. And I saw that Whitney
Hmm.
Houston self-titled on there because I was like, okay, I want to listen to a Whitney Houston album. I just don't know which one. And they said that this one was like one of the best-selling ones, and also was like rated pretty highly. Going into this. We don't have voices like this anymore. B going into this, I was like,
What?
yo, I'm loving everything in here. Obviously, there's some nostalgic songs on here. Saving All My Love for You, How Will I Know, You Give
Hmm.
Good Love, Thinking About You, Someone for Me. Very nostalgic songs, especially towards Black culture itself. Whitney with the bald fade happening on the
Hmm.
actual cover itself.
Beautiful
Like what?
cover, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, there's nothing wrong with it. But when you think of Whitney Houston, I'm thinking of her with the
Oh yeah.
wigs on, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So seeing this, I'm like, okay. And back then, sometimes having a different cover or the cover art itself was a statement itself. Like, what is this
Hmm.
supposed to be symbolic to? And so having this album right here, mm, 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 mm. God dang it, B. I just miss these
Hmm.
slow ballads in R&B. We don't really have them like that anymore, B. Going
Hmm.
back to people who could actually sing, actually do these ballads and touch your heart a little bit, pull your heartstrings.
Hmm.
I'm like, oh my gosh. And then we know you got your boy Jermaine Jackson on here with 2 features. I'm like, all right,
Hmm.
Jermaine. Where's that boy Michael at? You couldn't have pulled him to the side like, yo, do some ad-libs or something. What are we doing? But yeah, overall, I had a really fun time with this album. I think I listened to it over like twice. Back then, these albums, especially with them having solo songs on it, less than 12 to 13 songs, less than 50 minutes. I'm in and
Hmm.
I'm out. Perfect. I loved it, B. It didn't go on too long, just like a lot of these albums nowadays. I hate when artists play the game. Make art like this
I
intentionally.
Yeah, we complain about it, but just now thinking about the whole era we in, bro, and just I understand why they do it because they're not getting no money.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, we could talk
Yeah.
about that. I'll talk.
Yeah,
We'll
we're gonna talk about it. Yeah.
to the thing later on. But yeah,
Hmm.
Whitney Houston's self-titled album, Whitney Houston, not just Whitney, like Whitney Houston. That's the name of the
Yeah.
album. Really good, really
Those
solid body.
I think Whitney and Whitney Houston's like her two albums that's like essentials, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I think about Whitney Houston albums, those are the two albums I think about. Is the one with
Hmm.
like I said, the bald fade, and then the one where she
Hmm.
has like the big old poofy
Boy,
hair,
boy
just
said she had a ball
crazy.
fake.
I mean, well, let me see what she got right here, B.
And not a Caesar?
Nah, that looks like an even all around, B. I'm not
It's
gonna
even
lie
all
to you. That
around,
looks like an
bro.
even all around. Unless she got her hair slicked back into a ponytail, that looks like
Yeah,
an
nah,
even
yeah,
all
that's
around. Looks like what I get,
they
B.
should have hit her with a taper, B. You know what I mean? Taper it up on the sides.
Hey, B, now you can't be on no album. Well, back then, B, they didn't know what edge ups were because when we look at Luther Vandross, there's never too much
Hey,
coming
now,
out. He
hey,
didn't
come
have
on,
no edge
man.
up, B. What we doing? And fire music though. If you ain't got no
All
edge
right.
up, you gotta come out with some fire music.
Hey,
So,
us blacks, bro. We had all type of hairstyles, bro.
oh yeah, they didn't know what an edge up was back then. Hey, that edge up that saves lives. Now you can have the nappiest hair happening over here. As long as this is
Hmm.
all straightened up, though, oh, you're good.
Call
But
it the
B, for sure,
Webby, the Webby
facts.
fade, the
Oh
fro, the
yeah,
shag down. My next project, man, is Little Simz, Lotus. This is my first time ever listened to a Little Simz album. Never listened to it.
B, I forgot to listen to it this weekend. I was just so busy.
I feel
I
you, B.
forgot that came out this weekend.
But my first thoughts, I listened to it and I really like this, bro. The production, the fusion of like punk, hip hop, R&B, jazz, the vulnerability. I'm telling you, it felt like she was not even really rapping on some of these tracks. She was just, spilling out some stuff out of her journal, her diary or something, And I really like, I really love like vulnerability in artists, bro. And I don't know, I'm not familiar with her other work, so I probably have to go back. But this
Mhm.
made me like, hold up, I thought they'd be glazing.
Mhm. I mean,
But
they
now
do, they do, but
she's dope though, man. I really like this, man. Especially production. She got a good ear of like making a cohesive and very coherent with the subject matter and the theme of a project. And I felt
mhm.
it. I'm like, this is I'm brought into this world she's creating. And it kind of like from the cover, it has like a lotus, has a flower in the dark, and it's just like all this darkness, you still can get, you can get some greatness, some beautiful out of the dark. And that cover was just so dope with that. And man, I like this, man. That's all I can say. I need more listens to with this one.
So B, I gotta ask you because we
Hmm.
kind of talked about this before because I talked about a little Sims project on the channel before, and I want to listen to
Right.
that album.
Hmm.
Did the voice throw you off? The accent more so?
Oh, it's my bad. I gotta pick up my ring.
No, no, you all good.
So the voice, it wasn't, it didn't really throw me off as much. It depends on like what type of artist you is and what type of production you on. Cause like listen to like UK Grime can really throw me off to be honest. But her being on
Hmm.
this type of production, I kind of can comprehend and like hear what she's saying. And it didn't really throw me off too much. But I ain't gonna lie, it is some artists that's in the UK that I can't really listen to. It's because sometimes that accent with the production sometimes it can get me. That'd be like mostly the grime stuff. But like I like Skepta. I like it was a group I used to listen to called I think it was called Black Hawk. That was from the UK. They was so dope, but the production
Hmm.
was so mellow and jazz, and they rhyming and get in their pocket, but it just sounds really good. Another one is freak, I just blanked. But it's some UK artists I actually listen to. But
Gigs?
nah, nah. This is guy, he's an underground guy. I just can't think of
No.
his Apex, Lord Apex.
Mm.
I remember him back in the SoundCloud era too. But you give me some smooth, good production. Like that one song, Young, I remember people kind of try like making fun of the music video on Twitter. And then I actually heard it in the album and just that punk element to it just got me into it. And I like how she attacked it with the charisma and everything on that, man. I like this, bro. She's she's dope, bro. And I want to
Okay.
listen to it a little more. And I love the one song she had. I don't know who was rap. I don't know if it was Cash or Rich 32, but it was like about two siblings, like one of them being off on the road, like I think it was a musician, and then it is Simz played the sister, the sibling that's at home with her mom. They dad passed, and the mom's been having a hard time. She's sick, and she's taking care. It's just having this back and forth, like the siblings have as your parents get older, and who's going to take care. It was just dope, and I was like, dang, I really like this. And I don't know uh if it was kind of supposed to be opposite, like her brother's probably in the position that she was rapping from, and the brother was rapping from the position she's probably in. And it's like her
Mm.
reflecting on what she's dealing with and her another side and her voicing the side of like her other siblings that probably feel that way. And I was like, oh, this is dope. I like this. I like yo, that art, I like that artsy shit, bro. I was like, yo, that's dope.
Mhm.
Cause it's like you're looking at yourself from another position, but actually speaking from that opposite side. I was like, yo, that's dope. I like that. So yeah, but
Sounds good. I just forgot
I
to
liked
listen
it.
to. But I
Yeah, I
did.
liked
I
it.
wasn't anticipating this album though. I
Mm.
actually was anticipating this.
I didn't know nothing about it. I was like, hold up, she dropped. I was like, let me check it out, bro. Let me finally check out a little Sims project. So, hey, I am surprised and I liked it a lot.
I'm glad you
Shout
enjoyed it,
out,
B. I
yeah.
liked her other album, her
Mhm.
the black and white covered one.
And then you talked about her EP she put out last year, right? Did she put out an EP last year?
Yeah,
You talked about.
it was an EP. It had a lot of different sounds and sonics to it. You could
Hmm.
tell that she's just like, oh, I wanted to go over some varied stuff, and
Hmm.
she put it out. So that's why I didn't grade it too hard. It was
Right,
just
right,
something
right,
that she was probably having fun with. But there was some
right.
dope moments on that EP itself.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Lil Sim's Lotus, dope album.
All right. My next project. I don't know why. I was listening to the Luther Vandross album, right? Never
Hmm.
Too Much. And so I heard a song in there and I'm like, oh, I remember Pimp C sampled this. And so I was like, but I thought Pimp C sampled this song. So I went to Jay-Z's a
Hmm.
week ago because Pimp C kind of did an interpolation of that because Pimp C was supposed to be on that song a week ago with him and with Jay-Z and Too Short. And I'm like, I looked at the sample that was on a week ago and I saw that it was an Isley Brothers sample. And I'm like, all
Hmm.
right, this isn't the this obviously that was probably one of the first times that Jay-Z sampled Isley Brothers. He's done it before. I mean, he's done it after that on the same exact album. So I went to the album that sample comes from because the song was "Ballad for the Fallen Soldier." So I listened to the
Hmm.
Isley Brothers "Between the Sheets."
Hmm.
Jesus, man.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh man, I really enjoyed this album
Hmm.
too, B. Now it does have instrumentals at the end, so I just didn't listen to those, obviously. But going through the actual album itself, oh man, the production to me holds up. Ronald Isley's performance on here, as usual, holds up. And obviously it has some, very iconic songs slash samples that we know from this, like Between the Sheets itself, Ballad for the Fallen
Hmm.
Soldiers. I forgot the one song that was the one song. Oh yeah, it was Between the Sheets itself. But yeah, just coming to this album right here, I enjoyed this as well. Like I said, I was in that 80s bag, B. Like I was
Yeah.
every album I was listening to, I'm like, oh yeah. We don't have this type of like consistency or quality nowadays. Which I'm not trying to crap on the music nowadays, but people don't be taking their time. They're not trying to like make moments anymore. They're just trying to put something out because it's like, oh, maybe it's a contractual obligation. Oh, I want to feed the fans. No, this right here, quality. You trying to
Uh,
say something, man?
the we're gonna talk about it because what you're displaying is what we're going. I'm gonna talk about with AI, bro. I'm gonna break it down a little bit. But B, my favorite Isley Brothers song is "Voice to Atlantis." I love that song.
What
Oh
album is
my
that
God,
off of?
it's probably on like I just know it's a single. I don't know what album is on. I know it's on like they greatest hits. But I don't know
Hmm.
what album it's on. But Voyage to
Would
Atlantis,
you?
it's in the I think late 70s when it dropped. Let me look real
Hmm.
quick. I'm gonna make sure I know what album it's on.
What's the name of the song again?
Voyage to Atlantis. Oh, it's on Go for Your Guns. It's on 1977. Go for Your Guns album, which is a dope Ozzy Brothers album as well. Cause it got
Hmm.
footsteps in the dark.
Hmm.
All that on there, bro. That the Today Was a Good Day sample.
Yeah, of course. Come on.
Yeah, that album. Go for your guns. B.
Mm.
I got a lot. Hey, that section right there is dedicated to all my soul music. It got all the Ozzy stuff in there. It got. Hey, bro.
Hmm.
I grew up on all this, bro. All
Yeah.
this.
Some of this stuff obviously I heard, but I never heard like all these full,
Yeah, yeah,
like these
yeah.
albums in full. So
Another
yeah.
another band you should check out. Another group. Check out the Whispers. B.
Oh
They
yeah,
be
I've heard of
cooking.
them. I think
Yeah,
I
they
got some of
be.
their songs in my.
Hey, they be cooking.
I'm trying to see. I think I might have a like song. Let me see.
Mhm.
Because I when I get done with an album, I'm not
Dramatics.
trying to get into another album. I be like playing like old school playlists like with stuff
Yeah.
that I'm like, oh, I remember this song. I know this song.
Yeah,
I know this song.
Delphonics, but it's I'm gonna tell you this, B. It's a whole section of like artists. I don't know what they call it. I call it new soul, but it's you got groups like I can't I'm blanking right now, bro. It's a mad. It's what's the
I don't want to say Silk Sonic because I feel like I'm gonna get killed for that.
nah. Oh my God, I cannot think. You know the song "Can I Call You Rose"?
Can I call you Rose by who?
Can I? I can't think of the name of the group. I'm about to look it up right now.
The
But
Sacred Souls. I think you've
the
talked
Sacred
about these guys
Souls, yeah,
before.
I probably have.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Sacred
Yeah.
Souls.
Uh-huh.
So, so, so a lot of these people, it's a lot of these groups like the Sacred Souls. They actually make like new soul music. You
Hmm.
know, one of my favorites is a group. They out of Louisiana. I cannot think of the name of them right now.
Guys, we don't prepare for this stuff because what we've been
Nah,
jamming, we surprise each other with each of the stuff that we've been jamming. So,
yeah, there's just stuff off the dome. I
mhm,
can't think of the name of the group. B. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, guys, but they got some dope stuff, bro. But it's a lot of grups like this, B. But they
mhm.
they actually new artists, but they dope. But
Yeah,
they
I think
just
I
make
listened
they.
to like two of them last year. I forgot their
Mhm,
names though, but they're in my library somewhere. I could pull up the albums. But I think I talked about it in what we've been jamming though. So
mhm.
if y'all want to listen to that stuff, like y'all could go dig. Look, y'all
Yeah,
could dig in the crates of the YouTube playlist.
yeah, man. I'm my bad, man. I'm not prepared, but I just
No, no, you good. We don't know what we're gonna listen to.
I know it's just sometimes, bro, in my head, like I have all this music and I can't even think of the
Hmm.
name of the group right now, bro. It's just killing me, and I love that group. I can't think of it.
But yeah, to go back to it and to summarize it, Between the Sheets by the Isley Brothers, phenomenal music. God dang it. But
Mhm.
B, what's your next project? If
My
you have a
next,
next project.
I have one more project I'm gonna talk about today. It's what?
Listen to a good amount of music today, B.
Yeah, I did. I listened to some more, but I ain't gonna talk about it. This is like it's an album, but it's an EP. It's 15 minutes.
Mhm.
It's short. It has 11 tracks though, because it has like skits and little short problems. But it's about Swamp Thug. Swamp Thug. He's like he put you in a mind of like Earl Sweatshirt, Mavi,
Mike,
Mac Homie, Mike, and all that. He's in that realm. He's like, he's really like an underground kid. He's Bandcamp, he grassroots, you know what I'm saying? He try to get all his bread out he can. But this was called Thug Zine, issue one, The Prophecy. Is I'm saying that right? I don't know, bro. I can't read. But this was dope. I actually like this. It's really short. I like the production on this. I like the stuff he's saying on here. I don't know if he's collaborating with a producer on here because it says Bro Thugazine, Thugzine. I guess that's him, Bro Methazine. I don't know if that's a producer or just him and a guy together. I don't know nothing about it. I just know that this was in my listen to last year and I never got to it. That's all I was just looking at some stuff I didn't get to.
oh, bro, Methugzine.
Bro Methazine. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know
like
if it's
promethazine.
yeah. That's why
No.
I'm saying like comethazine, you know what I mean? Comethazine, I don't know. But
Mhm.
anyways, I thought this was really dope. Listen, it's really short. He's not like the craziest rapper, but it's like the stuff he be saying, you know what I mean? It's like it gives you that mic effect, but and some of the production on here is it's a little it's a little off kilter, but not like so far left. Because it has that like that it's not really mixed well type of production and all this type of how did that sound? You know them sonics they get into
B, is
with
this that
the
avant-garde
Earl.
raps?
It's very avant-garde. He even say I'm avant-garde. You guys some. Yeah. He's very avant-garde. That's my style. I like that type of stuff. You can tell from the art in the back.
We
You know what
know
I mean?
you very that's you very avant-garde.
But yeah, Swamp Thug. I think this was dope. You guys want to check it out? You could. It's on streaming services. He has a issue three that's on his Bandcamp. It's not on streaming services. I wish it was, but I'll just
You
buy
talking
it.
about Thugzine 003 against
It's on.
Entropy?
It's not on
Entropy?
my. Yeah,
It's it's on
it's on Spotify.
Spotify. 15
He ain't
songs,
got,
35 minutes. Yeah, I see it.
bro. Don't got it on Apple Music, bro.
It's because you switched up, B. You can't be switching up like that. That's
I
the
actually do
problem.
have Spotify. Remember, I have it for $5. I'm gonna go over there and listen to it. But yeah, check it out, man. Swamp Thug. This came out last year, I believe. It's an older album, so but still dope. Never too late. You know what I mean? And that's my
Okay.
final project, B. That's what I'm gonna give him this week.
Okay. I'm gonna go
Mhm.
through some quick hits then. I listened to R. Kelly's R album. I went to listen to it again. This isn't my first time listening to this full album because I've listened to it
Mhm.
a few times before. Double disc album. This album definitely has a very long runtime. It's about 2 hours, I believe. But it is a double disc, and this is R&B for back then. R. Kelly, the genius he is, has some of his hit songs on this album as well. I've been looking at lists to see like where other people rank this album right here because I like the music, I enjoy the music, but I know that this isn't R. Kelly's best effort. I still think Chocolate Factory is. I haven't fully heard TP2 yet. And I know it's very taboo to talk about R. Kelly, but god dang it, I'm talking about the music. I'm not talking about the man himself.
Mhm.
But yeah, going back to R, while the album runtime is very lengthy because it is a double disc album, I still found myself enjoying most of the songs on this album right here. And this is one of those albums where dang the track listing, dang the sequencing. It's just good music. R. Kelly just makes
Mhm.
really good R&B music, especially with him having hip hop influences, him rapping sometimes, him having flows like Notorious B.I.G. on here,
Mhm.
having features from like Little Kim on here. It's just a hodgepodge of like hip hop and R&B to an extent, but obviously it has that real good R&B and R. Kelly's vocal performances as usual good, especially since this was in the 90s itself. When a Woman's Fed Up is one of the singles off of this album itself. But
Mhm.
after that, exactly. Classic track B. Sorry. Black staple in a staple in black cultural music.
Mm.
Uh, next single I want to talk about is from Andy Cypress. We actually reviewed his album last year, and I really enjoyed it. And I saw on Twitter that he was sharing that he has a song with a remix with Westside Boogie on there. That's your boy.
Mhm.
So I went to listen to it. I'm like, dang, you did not disappoint me, Andy Cypress. I'm actually trying to, not trying to, I'm actually anticipating your next project itself. But yeah, Shield remix. Andy Cypress gave a really good I mean not feature, a really good verse. As usual, he's coming through with the flows that I really do
Mhm.
enjoy. He gets in that pocket that I really enjoy. The instrumental itself was smooth, and Westside Boogie gave a really good verse as well, feature verse. So
Side.
check out Shield remix if y'all haven't, and make sure y'all check out our review of Ember 2 by Andy Cypress and go listen to that as well. And my last project I want to talk about a little bit, not too much. Benji Blue Bills, Out the Blue. This is a collab project with Benji Blue Bills and BNYX, who is the producer for Yeet. He's produced for Drake. He's produced for Freddie Gibbs. The reason I listen to this is because I really enjoy BNYX's production, especially during this rage era that we're in of hip hop itself. And production wise, BNYX was all the way there for me. Benji Blue Bills, to me, it's like when you playing a video game and you got the main character that does the main missions, but they're not really that much of a character themselves. Like they don't have a personality. It's not going to be your favorite character. They're just a vehicle for you to do things in the video game. To me, that's what
Mhm.
Benji Blue Bills. That's the best way I could describe him on this project. Where it's like, you got me there and you're flowing on this production, but if I would have had someone like a Yeet on here, or maybe like a Playboy Cardi on here, I would have
Mhm.
enjoyed it a lot more. I gave this a 3 out of 5 because Benny X's production on here. I never heard a fully produced Benny X project. The closest I got into that is Yeet. So with this project right here, I'm like, dang, I really like Benny X's production. Benji Bluebills, he's cool. He has some moments where it's like, all right, you're showing personality here. Like when he prank called one of his friends that's a girl, and she got super bad, super pissed, and then he was like, "Yo, I'm just playing. I'm recording this for a song." Like I'm like, all right, that was kind of like cheek and tongue, but besides
Right.
that, I thought
Tongue
it
in
was,
cheek.
yeah, tongue in cheek. But besides that, this is cool. To me, it didn't really do much for me. This is in that vein of like that Playboy Max project that I talked about last week. So if you want some more rage sounding beats, some really cool and smooth production as well, especially from Benny X, make sure I go check out Out the Blue by Benji Blue Bills and Benny X. But that is it for what we've been
I got,
jamming. Oh, well, go ahead,
I,
B. What?
I wanted to I've looked up the group and I blanked on, but it's Duran Jones and the Indications. Super dope. I love them. They got a new album coming out called Flowers. But yeah,
Mm.
just check them out. Really, and then it's two singers. You have the vocalist Duran Jones, when he's more soulful. Then you got Aaron Fraser. He's like, I think he's Hispanic, but he has more of that falsetto, that lighter voice. And he actually has an album that he put out like a few years ago that's really dope as well. Really dope group, man. Check them out.
Thank you, B. I
Hey, I
appreciate
want
that.
them to play at my wedding, B. I was like, man, I'm about to. So.
Hey, you about to go ahead and book them? Hey, go to
Nah,
the
yeah.
management?
I was about to be. I was thinking about it. Shoot, they fired, bro.
Hey,
Yeah,
thank you, B. I appreciate that.
no problem.
But that has been another segment of what we've been jamming. Let us know what y'all been jamming down in the comment section down below.
Man, shout out to Beyond Beats and Culture.